Hi guys, just wanted to do a wee video and something I want to talk about. So today is known as Old Samhainn, or also lands on Martinmas, and also lands on Remembrance Day. So some people might be thinking, Samhain's already gone. See, the reason why it's old, Samhain today, is because from the shift from the Julian calendar to the Gregorian calendar, they had to shift around dates, and a few dates were added. That's why you've got also months of October, which is Oct is 8, and it's actually the 10th month, or September, Sept is 7. So months and days were added. It means that old calendar events or folk events were then brought either behind or forward. So technically, going by the Julian calendar, today is Old Samhain. Um, so it is quite perfectly fine to do another Samhain sort of celebrations. However, it also lands on Martimas, where it ties lovely into the old traditions of Samhain, of the blood harvest, as they say today. And this is a time where, in the medieval times, they would be either to slaughter your eldest cattle or your fattest pig or a goose, and have a big feast on this day. And also, it's the fact of drawing blood. There's an old saying in Ireland and most of Europe that blood must be spilt or else it be your own on this day. And for it is for sure for me and my mate George. We will tonight just prick our finger with a lancet and just draw a wee cross on the front door. And it's just basically saying if blood's not drawn on this day, then you are in danger. It will be your blood that will be spilled in the following year. Um, so yeah, and with that, them traditions are still carried on in parts of Ireland and here in Scotland as well, where it's a chicken, or if you're wealthy enough, a goose, that is slaughtered, and the blood trickles down and under the ground, and also saying your house with crosses with the blood. And that's still done today. One researcher and field worker that has done lots of video on this, and if you want to go to his channel, is Michael Fortune, where he does a lot of interviews of old wifeys, the old wifeys as they say here, talking about their remembering the traditions of Martimas and spilling the blood. But for me, I celebrate both old and new traditions. It's the same as I make a tumchi, which is here. He's dried up. I made him a couple of weeks before New Samhain. And I also make a pumpkin. So I celebrate the old and the new, with the fusion of customs that come in. And it's the same with Samhain. So I celebrate the new Samhain, and to me it's a 3-day event. It's All Hallows, so the day before All Saints Day. So that's honouring my patron saints and also acknowledging all the patron saints. And then All Souls Day, which is in Catholic, it's praying for those in purgatory, but for me, I am praying for my ancestors. And I'll be doing again another 3 lots. So tonight is celebrating Samhain, is the old way. Tomorrow is All Saints Day again, and the day after that is Soul Souls. This is specifically to me, is most associated with the dead, because your associations with Old Samhain, Martimas, the blood harvest, and having to sacrifice something, have a feast. And also in Britain and other countries, it's Remembrance Day. It's where we remember those who have fallen in battle in the world wars. So there's a lot of synchronicities on this day in regards to the dead. I don't make, so there's a wheat tradition in Ireland and parts of Scotland as well, which is making parcel crosses. And these are just crosses. You make a piece of wood. It's not specific what they do. I've used I'll have to check about that. And just wrapped it with corn and wheat. And you see, it's kind of like what you see as God's eyes, but we don't call them that. We call them parcel crosses or Halloween crosses, which I may add, I have now available in my store for purchase. If you want to go ahead onto my Etsy store and buy one, they're only limited to 10, I'm afraid. But yeah, on this day, that's when I make them. I also extra dry out my tomches. I find out the more they dry out, the freakier they look. Yeah, so, and when I put up a post up recently and said, your ancestors are not just for Samhain, this is a time, I mean, I am with my ancestors all year round, every day me and George, we thank our ancestors, we say hello to them in the morning, we give them drink and whatnot. If we're partying, they're partying. If it's a celebration, they're invited. And they're always invited onto our home, to be fair. But yeah, so the dead, but around this time, it's not just the high day and holidays, like they say, or it's not just for Christmas. Well, the ancestors are not just for Samhain. So around this time, where the leaves are dying and all the plants are going into dormancy, it is time of death. It is time when the spirits are not just on that day. Yes, it was the thinnest, but they do walk amongst us still in the winter months, and that where it also ties in with Yuletide traditions, and there's a kind of an old tradition there of Geysin and the Lord of Misrule, and so the dead is prominent with us until spring, because there's that old thought that what the spirit world is opposite to our world. So when it's winter here, it's summer there, and when it's summer here, it's winter there. So they bob in and out. They're in our lives all the time. But Martinmas is a special time for that. It's really weird because Martinmas doesn't have much association with that. I mean, there is illustrations from medieval times, where people are slaughtering either a bull or your fattened pig for slaughter and for a feast. But Martinmas is really like a patron saint of mixed race people, I think. Oh no, sorry, that's a different Martinmas. But yeah, there's that association with it. I am not quite sure about Martinmas. I am a folk magician practitioner, so I only work with saints that are my patron saints, really. And then you get days like this, it's just kind of an honouring, really. But yeah, I just wanted to talk about that, and yeah, there will be also Rowan crosses soon on my store when I get to complete them. The whole house has become like one big workshop because I'm sort of working on some new pieces on my store, my Etsy store. So just keep your eyes peeled because there's new content. Also, I've added, because there was such demand for it, 10 more copies, signed copies of my book, which you can see here, to the Etsy store if you're interested. Unfortunately, there is no prints left, but you'll get a personal message and a signed copy from me. But yeah, I just wanted to talk about Martinmas and Samhain and Remembrance Day. So yeah, I hope you enjoy that. Peace out. Sláinte